Good morning. This is Susan, and this is Susan's Ramblings. I have some recipes for you today. Some bread recipes and roll recipes that are different. So let's go here. Take out your pencil and your paper, or whatever you like to drink, and we'll go with the recipes. The first one is no-fry donuts. 2 packages of yeast, 1/4 cup of warm water, 1 1/2 cups of warm milk, 1/3 cup of Crisco, 1/2 cup of sugar, 2 eggs beaten, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, which is optional, 4 1/2 to 5 cups of flour, 1/4 cup of melted oil. Yeast in the water, add milk and Crisco. Stir for 1 minute. Add the sugar, eggs, salt, nutmeg, cinnamon, and 2 cups of flour. Beat low until smooth. Stir in the flour. A soft dough. It says don't knead. Cover. Rise until double. Roll 1/2 inch thick. Cut. Place 2 inches apart on a baking pan. Brush with butter. Cover and let rise for 30 minutes. Bake at 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? How about banana bread? 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, 1 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, 4 bananas mashed, 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of almond flavoring. Cream the shortening and the sugar. Add eggs and bananas. Add flour sifted with soda and salt. Add your flavoring. Pour into a greased and waxed paper-lined pan. Bake at 350 degrees for 50 to 60 minutes, or until brown and the center is completely baked through. Next one that I thought was interesting. Wacky caramel bread. In a grease bun pan, put your favorite nuts, walnuts, pecans, etc., and place frozen dough balls, or cut the dough balls in half. I use about 3/4 bag of dough. I'm assuming she's talking about the frozen bread rolls here. Sprinkle a package of butterscotch pudding, cook and serve pudding, in the pan. Sprinkle. I think it says sprinkle. 1/2 package of butterscotch pudding, a cook and serve pudding. In a pan over medium heat, boil 1/2 cup butter and 1/4 cup of butter and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Pour over the butterscotch pudding. Let sit overnight. In the morning, bake at 350 to 375 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes. How about mashed potato donuts? 2 tablespoons of oil, 1 egg, 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of milk, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 cup of mashed potatoes. And I assume that's plain mashed potatoes, not you don't add butter or anything to them. It's just mashed potatoes. It's potatoes that have been mashed. And 2 3/4 cup of flour. Just mix and roll out 1/4 inch thick and cut with a cutter. Fry in hot lard and drain on newspaper. A different one, isn't it? And I think that's it for today. Have a great day. God bless.